Hey, I'm AG. Welcome to this week's blog. So this week I'm coming to you from this beautiful cave system that we're exploring here in the province of Guangxi. And the cave's name is Hong Ching Tong, which basically means Red Army Cave. And as you can see, I'm busy taking my data from my wet notes, and I'm doing basically a basic map of this cave. And this is part of our little project that we're doing out here for 2017 in the South China Karst Plain project. So SCKPP project. And so what we're basically doing is we're here in the province mapping out the different caves. And you know, one of the interesting parts that we're doing, and I was just discussing this earlier with some people around here who are basically interviewing us and seeing what we're doing and why we're doing this, and asking a bunch of questions. And the reality is, you've got to understand that as a community, cave diving was developed, let's say in Florida. Now we can argue maybe there were some French guys diving caves and stuff, but let's just say the community idea between Florida and Mexico, the protocols have been developed over the last 40 plus years. And when I say the protocols of how to set these caves up in a very standardized, internationally accepted by the community. There's no governing body, you know, there's no government out there saying, thou shall put down 2 arrows at every jump. It's a community effort, and the idea is to make the caves safe. And that was one of our big objectives, was to come to a beautiful cave system like this. I mean, it's absolutely spectacular inside. It's, you know, rooms of 80 meters in length and just gorgeous formations. At some point, this cave was dry as well, and so there's a lot of beautiful formations throughout the cave, and you know, we've been mapping them, we've been putting in lines and stuff. And one of the things that's been imperative is we do that to the standard. Now, why is that so important? Why do we want to do this? Well, as I was explaining, when we come to a fledgling community such as China, they don't have deep roots in cave exploration and diving and stuff like that we do through UTD, and then obviously, you know, DIR roots, and obviously our cave diving roots of Florida and Mexico. And we bring that wealth of knowledge, that 40 plus years, that community, to the locals, and we say, hey, number one, how can we educate you about your cave? Number two, how can we educate you about how to set your caves up for training, cave 1 training, cave 2 training? How do we put in primary lines? How do we put in jumps? How do we do gaps? How do we do continuous guideline? How do we do the cave so that you can then make cave instructors, and then we can then make, of course, cave divers as a community. And those divers who are trained here in China can now go visit Mexico. And the protocols are identical. They'll recognize a T. They'll know what to do at the T. They'll recognize a jump. They'll know what to do at a jump. They'll be able to look at a map. As you can see, we create the maps. And I know you can't see it perfectly on the camera. It doesn't matter. But they can look at the map and they can say, oh, I see. This is the entrance. This is a T. This is where the jump is. These are cave arrows. This is what I do. This is how I put my personal marker down when I... So that way, this community, as it grows up as of cave divers in China, they are standardized throughout the world. So if they attend the caves in Spain, where Sergi Perez is working very hard to turn the Spanish caves into a unified approach to do the cave work, or Italy, or France, or Mexico, or America, anywhere they go in the world, if we can get everybody on the same page, we can improve the safety of cave diving, reduce the accident rates, and that's really what our mission is. So this is why we're here, and what we plead with the locals is drop the politics. We plead with them, hey, we're not here to take your caves. There's plenty of caves all over the world to dive. I'm not here to take your caves. What I'm here to do, I don't need to be the first. Although we are exploring this cave, it doesn't matter. What I want to do is show you guys how to do this right. Put those protocols in. Don't make this cave about an agency. This cave is open to all cave divers. And if people come from Florida or from Mexico or from wherever around the world to dive the cave, and the cave is set up correctly, there's a sign at the entrance, there's a primary line, there's a T, there's a jump, there's arrows. They can trust the caves, they can dive the caves, they can enjoy your caves recreationally, and that is the global awareness that we're trying to build. There's one way to do this, the right way to do this, and that way we can improve safety. So it's kind of a three-part initiative, isn't it? It's, of course, expose the locals to why should we preserve the cave, the water, and the environment and so forth, so they understand their own water resources. But of course, a main one is to educate the locals, and then to ensure that the caves are set up correctly so when foreigners come, they can enjoy the caves. And that's really what we're doing as SCKPP. Anyways, if you have any questions about us, about UTD, you can email us at info@unifiedteamdiving.com. And if you want to check out our work, you can check out our website at sckpp.org. Other than that, guys, safe diving.